the reality? What's the reality?
Hi everyone, it's Flake.
Angie.
Welcome back to another episode of What's the Reality?
And while AD is spending some lovely quality time with her new baby girl, Blake and I are filling in for today's episode, and our new amazing guest is
Zack Wickham.
Yay!
Thanks for having me, guys.
Appreciate you coming on. It's been a minute.
I know.
Chatted and
I was like, when was the last time we saw each other? It's been a while.
It's been a while.
You guys haven't been to LA properly in a while.
properly. I remember it was like a dusty bar.
We went out for
Belmont.
drinks when
Exactly.
It was the Belmont.
The
Listen, I'm
Belmont.
not a local.
Where else would it
Bravo.
be
I
in
was just
LA?
gonna say
I
it's a
know.
Bravo staple, the Belmont. So how you been? What you been up to?
It's been great. I've just been, going around doing stuff. It's awesome.
Good. So are you enjoying your newfound celebrity, if you will?
It's kind of crazy because I feel like if you don't want to have people come up to you and you don't want to like interact with people, going on reality TV is probably not what you should be doing.
Very true.
Yeah.
Luckily, I'm a people person and I like interacting with people, so it's been great.
Right.
Good. You're so right though, because some people do come off the show and they're like, "Oh, I hate it. Well, why did you go on reality TV then?"
Right.
Because it's part of the job, right?
I'm like, you get that you're literally like their pseudo or like parasocial best friend now.
Exactly. And I always say, if someone comes up to you and like, oh, I don't want pictures, I always say, like, you're lying. Like, you like it. You want people to come up to you somewhere deep inside of you. So, like, just dive into it.
And
you
what
know?
I
Own
say
it.
that same thing. I always tell people, if you see me out, this might be the only time that you see me out.
Mhm.
So please come up to me. Like, if you're on vacation and you see me, it's okay. Now, if I'm eating, I might be like 1 second, but if you can do it selfie style, I always say, have the camera out,
Mhm.
have whatever lighting you want ready, and I'm down.
The camera, the lights, the ceiling. Yeah. I hear you.
Do you ask people if they want a photo? Because that's what I do. I'm like, it's okay.
I do it both ways. So
Okay.
if I'm in a rush, I won't ask, but if they ask, I'll still do it. But if they're like talking to me and I can tell they're
Yeah.
trying, I'll always be like, would you like a picture?
There you go.
Once or twice that's backfired and they've been like,
No.
I'm good. And I'm like,
When that happens.
okay.
That's like low key
Awkward.
my favorite.
Oh, I think it's awkward. I'm always like, well.
I'm like,
Yeah, like,
well,
fuck me.
never mind then.
I suck.
So when you were at BravoCon, I saw you at BravoCon. How crazy was that? What kind of
was-
experience? Was it just next level?
I don't even know how to describe that experience, because it's like, I thought for sure, okay, some people watch The Valley. I know it's like a big show. I'm sure people watch it, whatever, but I didn't realize that every single person that was there had watched every single show that's on Bravo. That's how crazy it was, where it's like, it was almost like Beatle level status. Like, I couldn't even think like, oh, like One Direction. No, it was like Beatle level. Like, every single person was like screaming your name. It was insane. But so
Wait,
much fun.
And it was your first one.
Yeah.
And have you experienced anything like closely remotely to that? Like, if you've done meet and greets?
Not really. I mean,
Okay.
like, I think the closest is like if I go to Disneyland, I'll maybe get like 1 or 2 people, like big touristy areas. Vegas in general, I will get a few people come up, or like I'll get the DMs where I saw you on the train and I didn't want to say hi. And I'm like, well, you could have come say hi. But I always think that's funny because I'll like see people like, look, I'm like, I'm gonna get a DM later. I was like, I know I'm gonna get a DM.
Yeah.
But other than that, absolutely nothing close to this level. It was an amazing experience though.
Yeah, I remember I went to BravoCon 2 years ago. I was DJing out there for BravoCon in Vegas, and I didn't know what I was walking into either. Because so for the listeners out there that don't know, basically BravoCon is just like a giant, like, I don't even know how to explain
I don't
it.
know.
How
I've
would
never
you
been.
describe what it is?
It's like all the Bravolebrities from all the different shows come and we do meet and greets and we do fan interactions. And I think there's also like, there's panels and like we
yeah.
talk about the shows and all that type of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you meet anybody spicy? Were you fangirling over anybody?
Bravolebrities, I think is what they call them.
Yeah. Bravo. Well, and it's funny because I'm like, there is a reason that term exists, because if you don't watch Bravo, you definitely don't know who I am. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you watch Bravo, then it's like, oh my God, he's a Bravo, like a celebrity. I don't think I really fangirled over anybody, but it was just really cool to meet all the people that I've seen over the years and that also like that either I've wanted to interact with or and see how they kind of are in like real life.
That was what I wanted
Versus
to
like
get
on the
yeah.
show. You know what I mean?
Were there any interactions where you were like, oh, that's exactly who I thought you were? Anybody you're like, oh, you're nicer than I thought?
Well, there was no bad ones.
Okay.
There really wasn't any bad ones.
Cool.
My favorite was Ayan. She's from Real Housewives of Dubai. She's already the funniest person, and she was like a correspondent for Bravo. She was already the funniest, and she's already the prettiest. So I'm like, you didn't have to be the sweetest. Like, I would just expect like, you know, you already, you know, you're like better than me, you know, whatever. But she was so sweet and so kind. And I'm like, wow, you're like the real, she's so amazing.
So that's
really
one
neat.
of the ones that you're like, meet your heroes.
That's what I would say. I'm like, meet your heroes if I'm your hero, because I'm
Right.
amazing.
Right.
But then I've met like some other people in my life, and I'm like, oh, I really wish I wouldn't have met you.
The saying goes,
do we
don't
wanna
meet your
say
hero.
who?
Right. But
That's
I was
usually
like,
it.
but luckily Ian was definitely not one of them.
Oh,
She is
okay.
the
I hear
best.
I don't think I've ever met anybody that I'm like, that sucked. In
No, I don't think me
person.
either, really. But it's funny because you talk about Bravolebrity and everything. I didn't know. I wasn't a big Bravo guy for a long time. And it wasn't even until I had some friends who were really into Bravo, like would go to BravoCon kind of thing. And I remember I came out here actually in 2018 for my interview with for The Bachelorette, and a bunch of my friends came with me, and we went to like Sir and Vanderpump. We did that whole thing, and I was like, oh, this is a different world. Like if you don't know the show, you don't understand. But then once I dove into it, I was like, oh, I get it. The Real Housewives, Vanderpump,
Yeah.
Summer House, all that. It's crazy.
Yeah, but it's like, again, it's like if you don't know, you don't
Yeah.
know until you know.
Yeah.
And then once you know, then it's like,
Was it, because I remember you saying when you met the Vanderpump cast like years ago, Blake, that you hung out with them at a bar and they were exactly like they were on the show. Was there anything like that during BravoCon? Like the Real Housewives were just kind of
Were
in
they
their
fighting in
own
front of you?
universe or anything like that?
oh,
like,
there was definitely, trust me, there was plenty of behind the scenes drama. There was plenty of all that stuff. And yes, I feel like everybody was exactly
Yeah.
how
right.
you think they are. They definitely are that same behind the scenes as well.
Is that how it is on the Valley?
Oh, it's 1000%. There's nothing. We're all the same.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people will meet me and they'll be like, "Oh my God, you're the same on camera as you are," and I'm like, "Yeah, that's why I'm on a reality show." So
Good point.
This is
I'm
me.
like,
Yeah, I'll never forget the first time I hung out with the whole crew, Vanderpump crew, the OGs. We were into like the Abbey, I think, and Scheana and Kirsten and Brittany, I think, were fighting. And then all of a sudden, 5 minutes later, they were all hugging and crying. I was like, I'm watching an episode of Vanderpump. Like, it's crazy. You guys are you are who you are on the show. in
yeah,
real life.
and with or without cameras, it's the same.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
That's why I'll say it's just that's who we are, and that's I guess why we have a show.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You just throw you in front of a camera. They were just like, you know what? This would be good TV. And they just decided to put everything
Also,
on
as
camera.
a side note, I love that you guys have the homage to the
To the Gold Goblet.
gold goblet.
Except she's purple now.
Except she's purple. I love it. It's so cute. Actually, did you guys notice in Squid Games that they had the same gold goblets as Love is Blind?
didn't.
Did you get
Yeah,
that?
I noticed that. I was like, what?
I was
Wow.
watching
She's
Squid
a
Games and I was
celebrity.
like,
That's
oh,
messed
so
up.
Netflix is scrimping on the budget for
Yeah, they
the
just
cups.
use-
Like
they
you're like,
just use-
oh, here, just grab them from that set.
We order it. It's an overstock.
Yeah, they just have a bunch of
So
extra.
put it over
I
there.
was
So
like-
you watch Love is Blind? You like it?
So it's kind of funny. I had never really, I'd watched your season actually.
Fun.
And with Lauren winning, I think she, or not winning, but like she
Yeah.
got married on that
Yeah,
one,
they
right?
won, yeah.
And
Yeah.
these are the one.
Which is so funny because I think that was it aired during COVID, right?
Yep.
And me and Kristen are watching it and we're just like obsessed with all of you. And we're like DMing Lauren and she's DMing back. And
Yeah.
it was just like, it was really funny that then we all became friends later.
Right.
But yeah, I had only watched the first season and then now I'm dating my boyfriend Benji. That's the one reality show that he like loves.
Oh, really?
And, like, in
We didn't
all the
meet
iterations.
Benji. Okay.
And so now that I've started dating him, I've like gone back and watched all the other seasons and we watch it like regularly together.
Oh, that's
Wait,
great.
how did you guys meet?
Yeah, how's your relationship with Benji going?
So if we ask him, we met at the opera because he always likes to he likes to fake it. We met on Grindr. Let's just
Yes.
you know what? I told him, I was like, if you want to date me and whatever, you're going to have to know I'm not going to ever lie. So
yeah.
We
Open
love
book,
that.
baby.
and if we even tried to, it would come out like,
Exactly.
and it would be an article. So it's like, why do it? That's what I never understand about certain people, why they lie when you're going to get caught.
Exactly. Just start out from the beginning, own it, and then no one can rag on you. You're just like, yeah.
That's what I say. Own everything you do. And if you make a misstep, this is actually my biggest advice to anyone that wants to do reality TV or anybody that's already on reality TV that you might not be the most loved. Just be yourself, but just own your shit.
Exactly.
It's as simple as that. Own your actions. And like, if you do something and it's petty,
Right.
say you did it because you're being petty. Like, don't say, oh my God, I had no idea. Come on, stop clutching those pearls. You know what you did. You know what I mean? It's one of those types of
I always
situations.
say it's the Eminem strategy from 8 Mile. Have you guys seen that movie?
What
No?
strategy? For,
So
well, of
Eminem-
course I've
at
seen
the-
it, but I just
at the
didn't know
end
there was
of
a
the-
strategy.
At the end of the movie, at the end of the rap battle, he just decides to just open up about and all the things he was gonna say to make fun of him. He made fun of himself. And
Oh,
then
yeah.
he came up and didn't know what to say. It's the Eminem strategy in 8
So
Mile.
that's what it's called?
Yeah.
What's the pettiest thing you've done?
Oh, I mean, I've done some petty things in my life. I did the one that I think comes to my mind, off the top is that I had this ex who he was absolutely horrible. And we had moved in together for 1 month and he made it such a living nightmare. This was in college, such a living nightmare that I was like, okay, we have to be out. But I had done nothing wrong. And basically my name was on the lease, but he was making me move out too, because that's how petty he was. So I was like, okay, I'm about to match
petty
energy.
you.
Yeah. So I was basically like, okay, I'm going to move out from this time to this time. And it was like until like 6 p.m. And this is during the winter. So like 6 p.m. is dark.
Yeah.
And then I took every light bulb out of every socket, including the ones in the hallway of this apartment complex. Cause I was like, it was, it wasn't like a big cookie cutter one. It was
Right.
a smaller one. Took all of them out, put them in a bag, crushed it, and
good.
left it on the doorstep
That's
so that he
amazing.
knew exactly what I was doing.
That is petty.
Oh my
That is petty. I love
God.
it.
That was, and that's
And I had-
strategic.
It is strategic, but I also had a lot of other more, I would say, malicious or
Yeah.
way more pettier things I could have done. I
Yeah.
chose the lesser ones. So
Okay.
Right,
All
right.
right,
You
all
rose above.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
rose above. I always rise above.
Wow. No, I love it because I'm just like, how to be a petty bitch? You have to be strategic and you have to make them suffer just a little bit.
Luckily, I'm very creative.
Exactly.
So
You have to be
I,
creative too,
yeah, I also thought the one I didn't follow through with was taking dog, you know what,
Uh-huh.
and putting it, because the plates were his, and putting it in between, but only the middle ones, because he was moving home with his parents. So he was just gonna put this in storage and then find
Wow.
it years later.
Yeah.
I would slow burn. I would have waited for that slow burn to happen.
The best part of that is I know you just had lists of
Yeah.
petty things. You're like, no, maybe not. Yes, I'll do this. It's so funny.
You're right.
And that is exactly how that went.
Yeah.
That is 100% how that
I
went.
love it.
Own it.
So is Benji petty? Does he match your pettiness?
What's crazy is he's so silent. He's he's like a silent killer. And people are like, oh my God, like how can you guys be together? You're so crazy and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no.
You know, and,
He's just whispering his craziness into my ear. But no, I think he is just as, maybe not as petty, but like, yeah. Just as better.
his energy
Yeah.
matches.
I'm
yours.
like, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, okay, all right.
We
I hear you.
bond.
Yeah. So what does he think about being featured on the show? Like, was that kind of a conversation where you were like,
No, I kind of threw him into it.
really just like sink or swim?
And
Well, because
then-
when we met, I had already wrapped the first season, and so we
were in it.
met, and it wasn't aired. It hadn't aired yet, so he had no reference. He had no idea what that meant, and so we just kind of we kept dating, and then I was like, oh yeah, so
By the way.
like I'm on the show, and he didn't really have a concept of it, and he never really watched Bravo shows, so he didn't really know what that entailed or meant.
Yeah.
But then he learned real quick.
Yeah, real fast. So how's he taking it? Is he enjoying being in the public eye?
I mean, I think it's one of those things where he's doesn't care to be. So it actually makes it so much better where he's just there to support me. And when you have a partner that wants to just be there for you and support you, it's like the best thing you could possibly have. Now, granted, if you wanted to be, part of it, cool, that too. But I think he's more like, okay, well, I'm here for you.
That's great. That's awesome. Yeah.
Wait, that's real
special.
love.
Yeah.
It's very selfless of him,
Well, I know. And it's like him being on it at any moment. It's just like, because he's not really part of the show or anything, but he's like still part of my life. So it's still part of everything. So, but you'll see more later. Again, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but we'll see. I was like, let's.
But it makes it easier to confide with someone, right? And especially if he's there, if someone's trying to come at you or anything, you're just like, no, I have my person who's going to tell me the truth and I can trust him. And it just makes it easier for your mental health.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure.
It can get a little messy out here.
So I know in
How messy?
How messy can it get?
Oh, can't wait for season 3. So season 2, though, you did mention maybe some wedding bells in your future. You still
did I see? I think some people said that. I was like, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, we'll just sidestep that. We'll
I feel
see.
like you just got a little nervous. I feel like
you're like. No, I just moved in general. That was not a nervous
Where's Benji?
move.
He'll tell us. With your personal and professional life changing since being on the show, how do you, go about that? Are you now just full on reality TV? Do you do social? What?
I mean, I feel like it's one of those things where I never stopped. I was always doing my background. I have my MBA, my undergrads in communications. I was always working with like celebrities or TikTokers or people with social media. So I was always doing kind of like social media management, but also executive assisting. So I've kind of like done it all in LA. Nice. And I still do a lot of that, like side projects or like one-off campaigns for people and help them with it. But now I'm kind of like doing it for myself, which is really nice because I do feel like my entire career here or whatever has always been supporting other people's dreams. And now it's like my time to support my own.
And when did you make that decision? Because how did you get involved with the Valley?
I mean, I think it's just, we kind of just fell, it just kind of happened and we fell into it and it was being taught, but like it's our real friend group. So it would be different if it was like a casting or whatever, but it was like, these were just our friends and it just like fell into place.
Right. And we love everyone.
Yeah. No,
I was like,
that cast is.
Yeah.
I know. I wish Brittany could be here today.
I know. It's a real bummer.
I know.
No, she's super. I hope she feels better.
Yeah.
She's sick right now. So I hope she feels better. But yeah, we would have loved to talk to you both because we love your guys' friendship. Like we love what you guys bring to the Valley, obviously. And do you, my question for you, because obviously you came in, you were featured on Vanderpump here and there, but when you came to the Valley, did you have any kind of, I don't know if the right word, but like imposter feeling? Were you like, what am I doing here? Not you, Zach. I knew the answer. I'm not you, Zach. You were like, I belong here.
I was like, wait a second. Well, number one, it's my friend group. So I feel like, there's always that feeling of, are you enough for whatever? But then I think I get over that real quick in every situation I'm in. Like even right now, it's like, oh, am I good enough to be on? No, of course I am. I'm here.
Yeah.
So I think that's how I just view things where like you could be nervous or you could think like, oh, am I imposter syndrome? Like even my career, I've worked with some of the biggest celebrities, billionaires, like real big business CEOs and who else would be there if it wasn't me? So that's how I take it.
It's a great way to look, especially in this industry. If you have that kind of mindset, you can go far in this industry.
Well, I feel like that's the only way you can, because if you have the other one, you're going to be too meek to be able to actually hold your own with these other big personalities or these other big, like with big wigs.
Yeah, exactly. And how did you meet everybody from the friend group?
Well, no. So originally it was always, so Brittany and I had met in college.
Right.
So I dated her best friend. I know. And so then that's how we became friends. So we were friends for years before she had met Jax. And then I was already moving out here and she met Jax and then moved. And I was like, oh, well, I'll see you in a couple months. Wow. And then the Vanderpump Rules universe became my friend group because Brittany was my only friend out here.
Yeah. And so how was that your first impression of just everybody like while they were filming, like the OG?
Yeah, I met them on like before they were filming. So like I met them on the off
okay.
season, if you want, if you will.
Okay.
But yeah, like I mean, and that's why you always see me randomly in the background, especially now that people have like started over and they're binging it.
Right.
People will reach out and be like, "Oh my God, I see you," and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm 6'4" in the back of every single, you know, party, and everybody else is not 6'4", so I definitely stick out in a lot of those things, but." Yeah, I've just always been around it. So I feel like maybe that made me more comfortable because I've been around that since I moved to LA.
And so you're always like Brittany's pillar. And did you ever feel like doing the show with her and being there in the forefront with her? Do you ever feel like that was going to be hard on your relationship to really just put it all out there?
I mean, I think with any relationship that is not a real relationship, you have that worry. But all of my relationships, I feel so strongly with, and we talk about our issues openly. And so I didn't have any fear going into it because, well, if there was going to be some drama or something, I would have addressed it anyway. I'm not one of those people that kind of like keeps it away. So I really didn't have a fear that it would change anything.
And I feel like you're also one of those people that like, cameras won't change. Like you're still going to talk about what you would normally talk about no matter the camera's there or not. And some people, not everyone's like that.
No, there's a lot of people that aren't like that.
Yeah, exactly. I think
and people want to keep some things at bay.
Right.
Whereas I'm like, no, if I'm committing to this, well, and here's the thing. My mom always likes to say from back in the day, like I tell her every time I'm like, if I'm at home, oh, I'm going to go poop. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she's like, will you stop this? And I'm like, you know, 30 still doing it at home. And I'm just comfortable. And also it's just like, that's just who I am. So I just say whatever I'm doing or say what I mean or whatever I'm feeling, I say. So
you were born for reality TV.
Yeah,
I think if I had to like
obsessed.
create a reality TV character, you know what I mean? Like personality, you'd be it. So you're pretty easy to cast, I think.
But that's how you are. And you mentioned like not everyone else is like that. Have any of your other relationships changed since being on the show?
I don't really, you know what? I think because I am myself and can own anything I do, and I haven't had that because a lot of people say, well, like, oh, like, have I changed? Has someone else changed? No, like I haven't. Like maybe other people towards me, like a few friends, and then I've had to be like, whoa, okay, maybe this wasn't a good friendship, but they weren't close friends. You know what I mean?
Right.
But all my close friends and every part of my life, even back home, like I don't think anything's really changed because I'm still myself, and I've never had an ego. I've always said, now I always say I'm humble, and then everybody laughs and says that is not the word they would choose for me. But for me, I do think I'm humble in the way that like, I never think I'm more than who I am. So I don't think I'm better than, you know, a PA on set. I don't think I'm better than the CEO. I think we're like all equals. And I think when you have that mindset, it's easier not to change.
Right, exactly. And I mean, and there are some people that were, you know, on the show in the beginning, they aren't on there now. How do we feel about, you know, Scheana not being there anymore?
Well, I mean, I'll just say this is like, I'm just as shocked as everybody else. Let's just say that. And like Scheana is a good friend. I've known her since I moved to LA, and she was one of the closest friends I had outside of Brittany right away. And so her not being a part of it, like she fits in just like everyone else. So yeah, I'm just as shocked as everyone else. We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you disappointed? Like, would you have liked to see her on the show?
I mean, like Scheana and I are good friends. Okay. We're best friends, you know, like we've gone through some crap throughout our lives, ups, downs, all arounds. Like, I think it would have been good, but like, you know,
it's not your decision, I guess, right?
It's not my decision.
Do you think that there is any hope for Lala and Scheana to repair their friendship?
Oh, I've always said they'll figure it out. I think. But they're too good of friends from the past. Like, again, every friendship kind of goes through those. Like, I think about my friendships back home. Not every friendship, but there's a lot where like they're polar opposites, but they make sense and they've been through so much together.
Yeah.
So I think they can make amends eventually. I think it'll take both of them to mend all of that, but I definitely see it happening.
It's kind of like a sisterhood. You fight the hardest with your sister.
Yeah.
Trust
Trust
me.
me.
You've been through so much.
Exactly. I was like, I feel you.
Can we talk about season 2?
I mean, my feeling on season 2 was I think you see, like a lot of people said it was like really dark, but is life not dark sometimes? And this is reality. It's up and down and ebbs and flows. And I think, you saw a moment where we were all going through real stuff. And I think that's what makes it so raw. And I think you'll continue to see that. And it'll be lighter, it'll be darker, it'll go back and forth. But I think, it was a very great reflection of where we all were at that time.
It was real. Yeah, it was real. It was real. Were there any moments during season 2 that you wish fans would have seen more of or would have seen?
I mean, more of me always. But
good answer.
again, humble. I told you, the most humble. No, I mean, I think you saw everything. Like you saw the, maybe if there was lighter moments, but we had a lot going on. So
it was, and I know, I agree with you. I think there were a lot of people that said it was like this dark season, and it was, but I mean, that what were they supposed to do? Edit that out?
Right. You can't.
You'd have a season.
That's just how
It was what we were going through.
Yeah, it was what you were going through at the time.
What about the Vanderpump Rules reboot?
Well, yeah, give us your thoughts on that. I'd love to hear what you think.
You know what? I think here's the thing. If you take Vanderpump Rules with all the people that were on it originally, all the OGs, whatever, that time period that they filmed it in and those people and in that environment can never be recreated. They are all stars in their own right. They are all stars together. And that is just like one of those things that will go down in pop culture history, in the zeitgeist, that will never be recreated.
It's lightning in a bottle.
It's lightning in a bottle, and it's twice lightning in a bottle. Like you're never getting that again. And I think when you separate that from what this show is, so in my mind, I just say, okay, well, this is a completely new show. And if you do that and you put it in this time period, you can watch it and be like, oh, okay, there's potential and it's good. And like, there's funny moments and it's a whole different experience. And like, Sir is struggling. West Hollywood is struggling. The nightlife is so crazy right now with everything. It's like nobody's going out. The economy's, there's just so many other factors. Whereas like they weren't going through that at that time period. So I think if you can separate them, it's actually, I think, really great.
You nailed it, because the first thing I said after I watched it out, I went to I was like, there's some potential there. Like I see some big characters, I see some moments, I see some stars possibly, but coming for me, I wasn't like an OG Vanderpump fan. I didn't watch from the beginning. So for me, I was watching with fresh eyes. Right. So for me, I was like, hey, like, I think that Natalie girl, she reminds me of Stassi. You know what I mean? And I think there are stars in it. And I think I might continue to watch the new season.
Well, and see, my thing is as long as I don't ever compare these new people to any of the old people. Because it's like if you say, oh, Natalie's a singer, so she's kind of like Scheana. Natalie's, going off on the, they had the security cam footage,
yeah.
Which I'm like, that shows like, okay, they clearly should have they needed security footage. You know what I mean? They're doing this on and off camera. So, if you take it for what it is, don't try to compare them. Don't say like, oh, this person's like this. I think you can enjoy it. And it's, it stands on its own, but nothing will ever be the original cast. Like it's just not possible.
It's a completely different culture.
Well,
and that too, exactly.
I think it's really interesting because she actually, there was a few times in that first episode where she was like we're struggling. Like it's just the way it is right now. And you're right. Like I'm in nightlife, I'm a DJ, and I see it. Like I see that there's certain nights where things are really struggling and West Hollywood's struggling. So you're right. Like looking through it through a different lens. Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah. Well, and I guess apparently Gen Z stopped, I don't know, having
They
fun
stopped drinking.
and drinking. And I'm like, why?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying people should drink, but like, you should drink.
Should get out more.
Yeah, like what I just think about like the best nights of my life were all the most ratchet nights, sweaty, like in a club, thousands of people. You know what I mean? Like those were just so much fun. And it's also like it bonded us. And I feel like we've lost that human connection. And like for some reason, Gen Z doesn't care to like want it.
Yeah.
Or maybe there's more options for them. I don't know. Maybe we only had the club.
I feel like you need a whole nother podcast for that. You know what I mean? Because there are a lot of
for real. Like we could go like
yeah.
We won't get into the
nitty
gritty of that.
Well, with that, you know, cultural lens aside, what are your hot takes on the new cast?
So Natalie, I think she's great. I've met her a few times. Like we're friendly when because I'm always out. So I do see a lot of them. Whereas like most of like people from my show probably aren't out as much. So they have probably never met them or maybe met them at an event once or something. Marcus is really great. I gave him some advice. He asked me for some advice and I was like, listen, I don't know what you've done or because I haven't seen the season, but I was like, whatever you think is the worst thing, it'll pass. It's just like, you know, if as long as you aren't a dick about it and you own your shit, again, let's go back to that, then you can move past it and move past anything, most things. But you know what I mean? But I think he's great. And then what are they? No, they're not twins, but they look like twins, but they're half brothers. That just right there, saying that sentence is enough. And yeah, so I think they'll have some good moments. And yeah, I think it's just there's already mess started.
Yeah,
I think it's great.
Yeah, right away. So obviously you're you've met a few of them, you're friends with them. Is there any animosity from like the old Vanderpump people? No, it's just pure like do your thing, we got our thing going kind of.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't think there's ever any animosity. I mean, I think it's one of those things where I think it had gone its course and you know, we've all done, now we're all doing different things. Not me because I wasn't on it, but like, you know, everybody has kind of like moved on to their other things. And I don't think there's any animosity, but I think there is let's be real, you cannot
be us.
Which that's why I was always like, well, maybe don't call it Vanderpump Rules, but I get why they did. But it's like, you know, again, if you separate it, it holds its own.
But I feel like you can feel that from the cast. Like I feel like some of them are tired, man.
It's a lot, 10 years on TV or whatever it was.
We did all of it.
I mean, you were on one season and you probably felt
like my whole world flipped upside down. And that was 6 weeks. I can't imagine 10 years.
And what you were on 2?
I've been on 2. Well, 3, the ones we met on as well.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I can't. We say that all the time because there's moments where we're like, oh, I wish I was on a reoccurring show, and then it's like, I don't know if that would be a good thing either. You know what I mean?
I want to do it
constantly.
Do you like
just
it?
Like,
oh, I mean, I love it, but it is one of those things where you have to know what you're doing and getting into. And for a lot of people that think that, oh, I want to be on reality TV or it is a job. Like you have a lot to do and you have, you know, it's, you know, more emotionally taxing than you probably think it is. And again, if you're going to hide anything, you're crazy.
Yeah, you're not going to.
Because it will come out and then people will just think you're fake. So.
Well, and I think that beautifully lends itself to what we want to talk about next. But I think you're going to, I don't know, just say no. Because, I mean, it's really, we think about it all the time, right? It's called Reality Rewind. Are there any moments in your reality past that you're like, I would have rather done this, or I should have really stood up for this person more? Is there anything within that realm?
You know what's so funny? Again, maybe this is like me specific because like I own any of my different actions, but I think like if you look at any of my seasons or whatever, or any of time I've been on reality TV, even when oh my God, I did this show called Dating No Filter.
Oh, I'm gonna have to look this up.
No, you're not.
Please
don't. I don't even know why I'm saying this publicly.
Do tell.
But there was this, it was on E! And it was a reality dating show called Dating No Filter, where it's like they do 2 dates per episode. So it's like half the episode's your date or whatever. Yeah. So it was very like small, but it ended up being like a pretty big show. And so like a lot of people watched it. and it's filmed throughout a full day. And so I'm constantly asking for shots, and they put all of them like back to back to back. So it just looks like I am insanely drunk.
Hammered.
And I'm like, okay, but it's accurate. So like, again, like I wouldn't even like something like that where it maybe pulls in the editing a little bit. It was like, well, I was having fun and I did
drinking.
and I did drink that much. So, you know, I really don't have any regrets because then you see my story and then I can either own it, correct it, or, you know, move on from it. Or if it was funny, like even the bad things that happened to me, they're going to happen to me off camera. So why not get paid for them on camera?
Oh my God. I love that you said that, honey. I always
Is that what you say?
I say every single job has its downside, right? You've been in all the jobs. So did I. And every single one of them, I felt like a part of my soul was like getting chipped away. In this job, I feel so fulfilled and so happy, but there's a downside to every job. And ours just happens to be like public humiliation. So if you can deal with that, go make your bag, baby. You're good to go.
Period. And that's the thing is like, whatever I do, like I would tell my friends I did it anyway, or that it happened, or it would end up on my social media. So why not just
It's a great outlook.
live my life and then, you know, hopefully people like it.
That is a great outlook.
The people's princess, everybody.
Oh, thank you. I'll take that title.
All right, so we got a little game.
You
for
have to answer. It's an or question.
Would you rather the Valley edition?
Okay.
Now I'm ready. Actually, I feel like you're going to be really good at this. All right. So we're going to read out 2 different scenarios that could potentially play out on your show, and you have to tell us which scenario you would prefer. So I'll start out. Would you rather tell the group a secret about yourself, or have to reveal someone else's secret?
Oh, definitely about myself.
Oh, and then I knew that was going to be yours. Yeah.
Yeah, because vault unless I don't like you.
Gorgeous.
There's the pettiness we love to hear. There's the pettiness.
I mean, here's the thing. Like, if it's a friend and like we have a falling out, I would never release that friend's secret. It would only be someone that's an enemy that I will, you know, maybe just keep that right there in case
Useful later.
it's useful.
Yeah.
And would we do it publicly or just like underneath?
Depends on what I need to do. So like if I need it to be public, then let's just do it in a party.
It will be public.
It will be public. Or if I need it to be more sly, I will tell one person and
And let that do its job.
yeah.
Gotcha. Would you rather have Scheana join the cast full time or Stassi?
I love this one.
Oh. That's crazy. Just because I'm closer with Scheana, I would say Scheana, but Stassi too.
Yeah.
Bring him. I mean, could you imagine bringing both on? Yeah, crazy. But
That
Stassi's
was-
got her. I was like, Stassi's already.
She's doing her thing.
She's doing her own thing. I was like, I think she's like, I'm good, y'all.
Yeah.
What about a cameo?
That would be great though. I'd watch that. I'd watch that.
That
If
would
they
be
joined the show
amazing.
for sure. Would you rather mediate a fight between 2 cast members or be in the fight yourself?
I mediate far too often, and sometimes I need to stop doing that because maybe I don't know everything that's going on, or I think I do, or whatever. I do get caught a lot in the middle. I feel like that's the Libra in me because I always want balance, or like people look to me for advice. No, I'd rather be in the fight.
I was gonna say, I think I know the answer to this question.
Yeah, 100%.
Me too,
Let's
baby.
go.
You're over the mediating.
Nice.
Yeah.
This was fun.
This is great.
So much fun.
Yeah. Is there anything you got, you tell the audience you're looking forward to, anything you got coming up?
What can we say?
Because you guys do that at the end. Yeah. Right now, I'm taking a little breather, a little easy, but the future's got a lot of things in the.
There you go. In the pot.
Well, I was like, wait, I'm stirring the pot. No, like the cauldron's like brewing.
There you
so,
go. There you go.
Yeah.
So if our listeners want to follow you, where can they find you? On socials? On all that?
At Zack Wickham on Instagram, and some damn Gen Z person got the TikTok before, so I'm the Zack Wickham.
Have you have you DM'd him and been like, can I have the?
Nah, I don't care enough. I'm
Yeah.
just like, whatever.
The Zack Wickham sounds a lot better.
Yeah, that's
Does
true.
it? I think
like
it's
it.
Yeah.
like, no, it's one of those things where, again, I don't have an ego, so like the Zack Wickham, I'm like, no, that's
It was
weird.
meant for you.
Yeah,
Well,
but
now we know
whatever.
where to find you.
There's somebody on Instagram that's just Blake, And so I've been DMing him for about 6 years trying to get that.
And they won't?
there's so many people. He's like an original Instagram person. So there's so many people in the comments, other Blakes trying to get it. And so one time I did it and somebody replied, was like, I offered him $400,000. He won't do it, man. Yeah, like crazy. And I'm like, well, then he's not gonna do it for me.
How much is he making on his social media that he won't?
And he doesn't post. He doesn't post. It's crazy.
Oh, so now that's petty.
Yeah.
You want to talk about petty? That is petty.
Yeah.
Brittany was able to get at Brittany because no, it wasn't being used.
Wasn't taken?
Yeah.
It was taken, but it wasn't being used. So it went into this like default thing and she was able to take it over. Same with Janet. Janet got at Janet.
That's
yeah.
crazy. I'd kill for
Yeah,
just
I've seen that. I'm like, wow, you guys
that'd
really
be
got
sweet.
in there.
Yeah, that'd be
No, I
sweet.
want people to know my last name.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
Because like if you hear at Zach, it's like Zach Morris, Zach. I guess there's not many Zachs, but Efron. Okay, thank you. I was like, wait, was there any? Quinto. Okay, there are a few. Never mind.
Is there anything that you'd like to share with the audience? You can share with the audience anything about whatever you want.
If these were just last words, I would just like to say that I'm super mad whoever at Spotify decided to do the age thing.
What is yours?
How old are you?
I'm absolutely not telling you, but it is one more thing that I have to hide my
too
age
young?
about.
Too
I'm like, excuse me. I feel accosted by your generalization of what you think my age is based on what I listen to. So I was very offended, and whoever does it, I want to know your calculations and what formulas you're using, because if it's Pythagorean, it's incorrect, okay? So whatever formula, you need to change it because you're incorrect and wrong.
Mine said it was 19.
Yeah, hers,
I
mine
would have
was
loved
85.
it.
guys, mine was 85. So mine was 85 because for those of you
See?
listeners
I
out
love
there,
a
he just
daddy.
made a very. I listened to a lot of Billie Holiday radio, and so it just.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Yeah. So it just came into. That
Okay, well, you did that to
85.
yourself.
Yeah,
Maybe-
100%. I
Maybe Spotify was
expected it.
right on yours. I don't know. They were wrong on mine, but they might have gotten yours correct.
Oh, that's great. Well, thanks, Zach. This is so much fun today, man. Appreciate you coming in.
Thank you guys for having me.
Thank you guys for listening. Please like, subscribe, and we'll see you next Wednesday.
Bye.
What's the reality? What's the reality?